Hello, folks. This is Philip Hudgens. I'm President and CEO of InVida Financial Network. I'd like to take this time to thank you for taking the time to get on this webinar to kind of check us out, see what we're all about. I hope and pray we have a match, and if so, we'll give you instructions on what to do here at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. InVida FN, your future starts here. Folks, we like to say that through those doors right there is where your future starts. And when we say that, we really encourage people to listen. I'm going to ask you to open your minds, open your hearts, receive the message that we have here for you today, and take a look at what's on the yellow brick road behind you. You know, when I use the yellow brick road example, I try to let people know that, that's a movie, The Wizard of Oz, that was really and truly made for adults, and they allow children to watch it. If you really think about what happened, 4 people showed up. They wanted or needed 4 different things. One wanted a heart, one wanted courage, one wanted a brain, and one wanted to get home. So everybody out there, my point is, needs and wants something different. But they were told to stay on the yellow brick road and you'll get to the end and you'll have what you need. Folks, we believe we've laid out a yellow brick road for you and your family to obtain whatever it is you need in life, and we truly want to help people live the life they desire. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started here on our slide presentation. Now, who are we? What's all the buzz about? Who is InVida? What's going on? All right. You'll see here, this is our executive board. That's me to the left, the one with no hair. Okay. That would be Philip Hudgens. There's Tim Sparkman over to the right, co-owner and founder of the company. And that's Rhodey Quinton in the middle, and he's a member of our executive board. So there's 3 folks right there. And we're a privately owned company. Now, what does that mean? It means we don't have to answer to stockholders. We answer to our customer base or our client base, which is our agents, okay? Our agents that work for us. So that's exciting to me, and it should be exciting to you, all right? Founded in 2015. Some people could look at that and have 2 different opinions. We're too young. We're not going to make it. I look at it and say, you know what? We've got over 100 years experience between the 3 folks right there in business, in our industry, in what we're doing. So I prefer to say we've got proven sales systems in place, and it's a ground floor opportunity. So some would say new. I'm going to say just me alone. I have over 35 years in the industry. So I've learned what to do and, more importantly, what not to do. I've brought all that knowledge in. Tim's got over 30 years in building businesses. Mr. Rhodey Quinton there's got 25 to 30 years in owning his own companies, being successful, coming from another country, having to learn another language, all kinds of things that overcome, so we can truly help you, whatever it is you need, to follow your yellow brick road and get your desires taken care of. Now, folks, if I'm you and I'm looking, I would want to know the industry. That's an important question that should be on your mind right now. We've chosen the life insurance industry as a vehicle to help people live the life they desire. Why is that? 95 million U.S. adults don't have any life insurance at all. That's approximately 41% of the population. Okay, so let's take a look at what that means. 7 in 10 families could not pay their monthly bills if the breadwinner died tomorrow. Now, there is a true need for what we have. We're not selling gadgets and widgets. We're actually showing people how to get their financial houses in order. And we're going to talk about that a little later on in this presentation. Now, 4 in 10 families would immediately have trouble meeting their daily living expenses if the breadwinner were to go. Immediately. Within several months, 3 in 10 couldn't make it. So what we're seeing is when something happens to the breadwinner, the for sale sign goes up, the children get separated, they become a part of the system. Things happen that shouldn't have to happen if we can truly educate people on what's going on with their finances. And that's what we're doing. So let's take a look. There's truly a need for life insurance. We just discussed it. 93% of Americans basically say this is something they need. So it's a very, very good market to be a part of. 50% of Americans will admit that they don't have adequate coverage. They may have a little bit, and 44% only own individual. Now, when I said 41, the other 3% have it through their work or what have you. Okay, so the need is there. There's an industry that's really strong. Let me tell you what's going on here. Okay, 44% of Americans who own an individual life insurance policy is a 50-year low. Okay, so when 44 has come down from 72, 44 actually own it, 56 don't. So you got almost 60% of the population that have nothing. Okay, in the last 2 years, the insurance industry has lost over 60,000 agents due to retirement, disability, death, or career change. Now, the growing population with the decrease in agents has created an unprecedented need for new people to join this industry to go out and help us correct this problem. So when you take a look at anybody that writes books, that does webinars, that gets out there and talks to people about successful businesses and what it takes to make it successful, what's the number 1 or 2 or 3 thing that's needed, the number 1 thing out of everybody's mouth in everybody's book says the T in timing is about 1,000 times bigger than the T in talent. So I know some of you are sitting out there right now saying, you know what, I don't know anything about this industry. You don't need to, folks. You don't have any preconceived ideas. You don't bring any baggage. We can help you learn it the right way. So don't let that stop you. But the T in timing is amazing. With all the agents gone and the growing population increasing every day, there's not enough agents to service the folks out there, which has resulted in an all-time low of 44% of the population has insurance. The other almost 60% doesn't. So we need help to get to the people. Now, the industry itself, if I'm looking again and listening and setting where you're setting, I would want to know the strength and the stability of the industry. The insurance industry is a $6.3 trillion industry. Now, let's compare that. Our government says they're $17 trillion in debt. Okay, they're really $227 trillion in debt when you count all the money they borrowed for Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, all these stuff. They don't add that into it. All right, so here we are living in a country that's over 200 trillion in debt. We're looking at an industry 6 trillion in assets. This industry has bailed out banks, savings and loans, credit unions, and yes, the government. So they're bringing in $638 billion in annual premiums a year. It's not an industry that's going out of business. It's not an industry that's going away. It's recession-proof. It's depression-proof. It's all built in there, folks. So you really and truly need to look at the strength and the stability of the industry. It's not going away. All right? Now, InVida has hand-selected approximately 5 carriers. We could go out, being in the business 35 years, folks, I could get any carrier out there that I need. But we believe with these 4 carriers, the strength of them, the ability, Mutual of Omaha, the old Wild Kingdom, been around since 1909. National Life, Life of Southwest, 1848. Ameritas, 1887. GPM, Government Personnel Mutual, 1934. And American Amicable, 1910. These are companies that are A to A plus ratings. They are great companies. And every product we need, each one of these carriers carries at least a couple of products we need to service our clientele. So you'll never back in a door. You'll never walk in and not have a need that you can't fulfill. And why have 150 carriers to pick from? This is enough. I need you point blank focused on where we're at, what we do, and how to fix the problems. Okay? So what's our mission here at InVida? Our mission is to show you how to live the life you desire. Now, what does that mean? We don't know. We don't know, folks, until we sit down and we talk to you and we look you in the eye. I can tell you this. There's Mr. Tim and Renee Sparkman up there on their ranch looking over I mean, that's part of the life they desire, to build homes on that ranch for their children and settle in and do. There's Mr. Luis Valdez there with his son up in Denver, Colorado, kayaking down the river there, okay, on a Saturday. Now, folks, that's amazing, because I know people that can't take a Saturday off to take their child to get ice cream because I owe, off to work I go. So he's able to take a weekend, fly his son from Houston, Texas to Denver, Colorado, spend the weekend enjoying it. See, that's a desire. Okay, there's Nanette in the middle holding that grandbaby. That's one of my favorite pictures. Nanette works for us in Dallas, Texas, and that's her grandbaby that lives in New York. And once a month, she's in New York with that baby, and look at the smile on both of them's face. You know why? Because she can. It's afforded her to be able to do it. And on the other hand, she is her own boss. She works her own hours. She determines her own schedule, and nobody gets mad at her for taking a week off to go see that grandbaby. And she comes in her top 5 agents and agencies every single month, working 3 days out of the month. So she gets the job done and then rewards herself with that. So it may be spending time with your family. You see 2 couples here spending time with their family. It may be a home of your dreams. That's our home that we're fortunate enough to live in Danville, 30,000 square foot home, our own golf course, you name it. And none of this stuff is said to impress you. It's just said to impress upon you that whatever you desire is out there, and you can go achieve that. You can go make that happen. And that's our mission, to teach you, coach you, mentor you in how to make that happen. Ever how big or ever how small. Okay? So we have 3 opportunities here in InVida: part-time, full-time, and what we call entrepreneurship. Part-time, we'd love to have you on board. Keep your job, keep your security, keep preaching, keep teaching, whatever it is. Keep working at the hospital. It is what it is. That could be your calling, okay? But extra income, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, would change your future forever. If you do decide to run a small-time, full-time business, basically we can help you do that on any level you want to do. And entrepreneurship, the only way to do that is to mentor you. And we have some unbelievable mentors in our business just waiting for somebody to say, help me. How can I do what you're doing? How can I live the way you're living? Folks, we will spend personal time with you. We're always on the road. We're always doing meetings. We're always showing this opportunity. And we'd love to help you at any level we can help you achieve that. Now, unparalleled training and support, okay? We're here to help you succeed. We're a company built by agents for the agents. That's why we call ourselves the Agents Company, okay? We're not the only one, but we call ourselves the Agents Company. I believe with everything in my heart, we'll go down in history known as the true Agents Company here, folks, because of how we accomplish what we're accomplishing in other people's lives. All right. We've all worked in the field. It means we understand exactly what you're doing, and some of us still do. All of your leaders are committed to your success. So when we say you're in business for yourself but not by yourself, we mean that. There's a 24/7 agent mentor support, conference calls, intensive boot camps, online education, classroom training, weekly meetings, weekly calls, much, much more. Okay. So again, look for us. We'll be coming to a city somewhere near you. Okay, keep your social media open, keep your LinkedIn open, look up InVida FN, keep your Facebook options open, and you'll see us coming somewhere, I assure you. Okay, now InVida, we believe we have solutions for you. Number 1, to get your house in order. Now, what does that mean? That means we're going to sit down with you and we're going to do some discovery. We're going to ask you some questions. We're just not going to recruit you to the next best thing. That's not our style. We hire you into a business by sitting down with you, taking a look at your situation from spiritual, physical, financial, your family, everything. And we want to take a look at that overall picture and see how that fits into what we're doing. And we want to truly help you get that house in order. Once we do that, folks, and once you understand what we do, and once that gets from the 6 inches between your ears to the 18 inches to your heart, then you can go out and teach others how to get their house in order. And we can show you how to make some unbelievable income doing what you love in life, helping other people. So that's our solution. Now, how do we get paid here doing all of this great honorary work? Okay. The compensation breakdown, a new agent starts at 60% contract level. Now, let me explain what that means to you. This is the only industry that I know, folks, that you can go out, pick up an $84 premium. Now, that means you come into my house, sit down with me and my wife, and we end up spending $84 a month on insurance. The industry says 84 times 12 equals $1,000 annual premium. Now, they're going to multiply it. So get this, folks. This blew my mind back when I seen it in 1983. I got so excited I got up and run out of the room, okay? Because the industry says pick up an $84 check and we'll multiply it times 12 and pay you 60% of $1,000, which is $600. That blew my mind. I was a tie builder in Danville, Virginia, and I worked hard all week, 60 hours a week to make $600. Okay, so I could go out and show one person how to financially get their house in order, and they were going to pay me $600. I couldn't wait to go see people. That was amazing to me, and I'm still doing it today, 35 years later. Now, part-time basis, folks. Keep your job, keep your security. Part-time basis, 1 to 2 sales a week would average 6 sales a month. 6 times 6 is 3,600. That's the one subject I was good at in school is math. Okay, that's $43,000 a year in annual income, part-time. Going out doing 1 or 2 sales on a Saturday, being done by 12 o'clock. Folks, we got people doing that. It's happening. It's real. We can teach you, show you, train you on how to do that, help you learn the system. All right, but let's say you're a little more energetic or a little more excited, and you say, you know what? If I can make $43,000 a year part-time, what can I do full-time? Well, folks, full-time agent, no agency, not building, not hiring, not getting 3 to get 3 to get 3 and losing them, all the things that people teach you how to do, none of that. Just go out and make 5 sales a week, 1 a day. It's kind of like vitamins. 1 a day, 5 days a week, 1 on Monday and 4 on Saturday. Pick a schedule. It's your schedule. It's your life. 5 sales is 20 sales a month. That's $12,000 in monthly income. It's $144,000 in annual income. I dare say most people listening to this call today are not making $144,000 a year. You do that on your own ink pen, folks. You don't have to hire anybody. You don't have to go out and get anybody in your business. You don't have to build a business. You don't have to, get all the ducks in line and all of this stuff. That's just personal production. We can help you achieve that. We can teach you how to do that. Now, if you are that entrepreneurial spirited person that wants to go out and build an agency, folks, this shows you moving up from a 60% contract, which is everything I've shown you so far, and you're going to get promotions even on a personal basis to move up. But this shows you making it to an 85% contract and you going out and doing 14 sales a month. So not 20, 14. A little over 3.5 a week on your own. That's now almost 12 grand because you went up 25 points. You're at 85%. Now, if you got 4 agents in your organization, 4, you might have to have 10 to have 4 consistently doing something. It's like the piston theory. Some's up, some's down, some's in the middle. Okay? So 4 agents with 14 sales each, which is 3.5 a week, at a 25-point spread, override, if you will, you just made another 14,000. You add that together, it's $310,800 in annual income. That's less than 1% of the population in the entire country. That's for you getting out, learning what to do, getting promoted to 85, which is about 4 steps in our system that we will work with you on, putting together a small agency of 10 to 12 people to keep 4 of them working every month, okay, and making yourself $300,000. Folks, we currently already have people doing that. Right now, as we speak, we can introduce you to these people. This is not fiction. It's real. Now, on top of that, we've got extra perks. These are some of the things that I believe in my heart of heart will go down in history as the agent's company. We put in cash bonuses and incentives. You go out and write X amount of business, you get a bonus. You write a little more, you get a bigger bonus. So it goes from like $100 for 10,000 in submitted production up to $1,000 on 30,000. We have profit sharing built in, meaning we're going to take part of the profit off of our entire company, put it in a couple bonus pools, and at 85% you share in that profit and actually make money off of the entire company. Nobody's doing that, folks. Then we have a legacy program that says you become 100% vested in the event of your disability, retirement, or death. You're fully vested. It's to you, and then the right to sell your business. If you pass away due to one of those things, basically what happens is it'll be sent or transferred over. Your family, your spouse, your children, whoever's next in line will own that business. And at some point, if somebody steps up and says, we want to sell it, there's a formula there to sell it, and you're guaranteed to be able to get your business sold. This is just some folks that have spent some time going on cruises with us, taking vacations with us, going to ranches, going to Dominican Republic, sitting and having lunch. I mean, it's amazing the extra perks that we have here at InVida Financial Network. Matter of fact, there's a couple company trips there, and you're going to get company trips everywhere you go, folks. You may already be affiliated with a IMO or organization that if you win the conferences for the actual carriers, they'll take you to Hawaii. They'll take you to, different places here. There's one to the Dominican Republic with Mutual. But folks, here at InVida, we do something different. We've got places in Dominican, Hudgens Hills is where we live. Again, 30,000 square foot. You see a few pictures there. And we've got, about 6 couples here that April 24th to 27th of this year will be coming to Hudgens Hills. All expenses paid. Spend time. We're going to bowl. We're going to swim. We're going to play basketball. We're going to do all kinds of things. But more importantly, we're going to get inside their head and we're going to mentor these people for 4 days. We've got our top 3 people in the company that want a trip to our home in Dominican Republic. You can see pictures there of what we're viewing from our balcony. This is special time spent with 3 of the top people in our company, and we're going to go there from the 28th to June the 1st and just, again, relax, take care of them, pamper them from winning the contest, and then we're going to get inside their head. And really, when they come back home, they're going to be a different person. So this is how we're going to go down in history again as being the agent's company. Now, our true crusade, folks, and you'll see these people over here on the side. This is not pictures made up from, Shutterfly or whatever that thing is. These are real live people that are making 6 figures, that are making $250,000, that are doing what they need to be doing in our company to be recognized. They believe in our crusade, which is simply fighting for our financial futures. And folks, if we don't fight for it, nobody else is. So let's take a look at that. How do we fight for our financial future? We help people get their house in order. I mentioned that earlier. So that's kind of our first step. We look financially, we look at all the things that we mentioned, and when we leave a home, we've changed a person's financial future that eventually, if they stick to that plan, they're going to retire and live the life they desire. So we've helped them tremendously. Now, we're teaching people to supplement their income. Some of the people that we sit down with, probably 40% that we sit down with, teachers, military, pastors, students, they will decide to come on board with us and actually help us go out and teach people how to get their house in order. So we're teaching people how to supplement that income. All right? So, folks, that's exciting when somebody can go out and make an extra $1,000 a month to get their own house in order, make sure their children don't have to go to college on student loans, things of that nature. So we work very hard on that, and we're very proud of that. Then we're training people to operate a small business on a full-time basis. That's when you step by step come through and say, I'm ready to take it to the next step. We're able and ready and willing to sit down with you and teach you how to take it to that next step, every step of the way. Okay. And finally, that mentoring for entrepreneurs seeking unlimited income, growth potential. Bottom line, that's what we're really and truly looking for. And we'll find a few of those along the way, folks. But all 4 of these steps right here are simply how we fight against for our financial future, against our financial poverty, for our financial future. Okay. So there's really 3 simple steps for you to take, folks. Number one, you need to have a one-on-one interview with the person that sent you to this webinar. That could be Joe, Sally, Bill, Bob, whoever. Okay? So if somebody asks you to take a look at that, again, we truly appreciate it. Get back with the person, get a one-on-one interview, sit down with them, take a closer look at what we got. If we decide to hire you folks, we've got a simple 6-step process for you to fill out. It's going to be so simple. I mean, you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm done. What's next? It's that simple. All right, they're not going to ask you to do anything they've not done. It's simple things like sign up, get your license, get contracted, those kind of things. Okay? Then we're going to ask you to complete the quick start fast track programs, which we're going to give you a 90-day window to get 3 promotions, to go all the way, well, 4 promotions actually, to go from 60 to 80% commission in 90 days. So you can get started with that program. They'll give you all the details. If you don't make it through that program, it's not the end of the world. We got a regular track that we put you on to go the rest of the way up, all the way to our top commissions. Okay? So those are the steps you're going to need to take. Again, folks, I'm going to take this last opportunity here to say thank you very much for getting on, for listening to this webinar. Now I'm going to ask you to do something for yourself and for your family. Get back with the person that invited you, get more details. Please don't say N-O to something that you don't K-N-O-W enough about. So get all the details before you make the decision. God bless. Have a great day. Look forward to meeting you somewhere on the road in the near future.